Alright, good afternoon, folks. Today, I'm going to talk about a project that combined the claw from Toy Story and Harrier jump jets in order to create a super compact method of basically having an aircraft carrier. So this would be the Skyhook project. So a test pilot for BAE back in the day, Heinz Erich Freak, I guess that's how you pronounce it, I'll put it here. I believe he's Dutch or something. Anyhow, he had an idea with the Harrier jump jet. He figured it was very difficult to land on a small ship pitching in the ocean, but he could actually hover very well next to it. So the idea is if you had a stabilized crane arm, in theory it could reach down and basically grab the Harrier jump jet out of the sky. Not a bad idea in theory. So some guys at BAE took the idea and ran with it, and they actually patented the Skyhook concept in 1982. They made a brochure, BAE did. Basically, it was a stabilized crane that could be put on several different types of vessels, commercial vessels, specially designed vessels. They even have a drawing of it with a submarine, a gigantic submarine, a really huge submarine. They never really received any real interest from the British Ministry of Defense or really anybody else. It was in a few books, it was in a few magazines, a few ads for it, and that's about as far as this concept ever went. It's never been properly developed, but it's a really interesting idea. In theory, you'd have a computer-controlled arm that could line up with basically IR absorbent patches on the top side of the aircraft so it could align itself correctly. It'd be all gimbaled. It would be stabilized in space regardless of the pitch and the roll of the ship. There's ideas of even having a specifically designed vessel that could grab these Harriers out of the sky, and you could actually use a variant of the Harrier, in theory at least, that didn't have any landing gear. So that kind of makes sense. No landing gear, less weight, more fuel, or more ordnance. Not the worst idea I've heard of. It'd be kind of interesting. But either way, all of this exists as just some drawings, some concept art, and some specifications that were put on paper. And unfortunately, this never got built. So now you know a little bit more about the Skyhook claw system for a Harrier jet from the 80s. So have a good one.